We're going to visit with Lee Maris from Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, who's here to share details on VA home loans, and that's in just a little bit.
We're going to visit with Lee Maris from Bank of Little Rock Mortgage to talk a little bit about VA home loans and how they can help you.
From the station that's on your side, this is Channel 7 News Good Morning Arkansas.
Lee Maris from Bank of Little Rock Mortgage is back today. We're talking about details on VA home loans. Lee, thanks again for coming in on this day.
Glad to be here.
You guys are working. Banks might have off, but mortgage companies are working today. Let's talk about VA loans. What are these? How do they start, and how can folks get one?
Well, first of all, thanks to all the men and women in our armed services. We'd like to say Happy Veterans Day to you guys. VA loans are basically just loans that are available to our veterans, service, Army, Navy, Air Force guys. A lot of people have a misconception that the VA actually makes a loan. The VA is really there just to guarantee the loan.
Oh, okay.
They basically act as an insurance company.
So you don't go through the VA to get the loan.
Correct.
And so, yeah, that's one thing you got to know for sure. Okay, so what about qualifications? Is it just any of those branches? And what is the zero down
You can do zero down.
Okay. You don't have to.
You don't have to. I mean, but, yeah, any of the 4 armed service branches. Also National Guard. Now, if it's National Guard, you have to be in the National Guard for 6 years.
Okay, so there's a qualification
and
stipulation there.
If you're Army, Navy, Air Force, active duty, it's 2-year requirement.
Okay, eligibility, I know there's, 25 million veterans in the country right now. So a lot of people can qualify for this type of loan. Select spouses as well? Yes,
spouses. Now, if it's like a prisoner of war or killed in action, the spouses can be eligible for a VA loan.
Okay, so that's a good note too to remember. What about limitations?
It's probably one of the more generous loans that's out there as far as underwriting goes. There are some limitations. We do have some credit score requirements. You're supposed to be under 453,000. But I mean, if I was a veteran, I'd be
taking advantage
of it, yeah, absolutely.
What about, what are the benefits of getting something like a VA loan and getting a guarantee? What are some of the things that make that taking it to our veterans?
No down payment.
Okay.
No mortgage insurance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, there is a VA funding fee. Unless you have a service-related disability, then it's waived.
Okay.
And that is a percentage of the loan amount, and it can be financed in on top of the loan.
But no PMI?
No PMI.
That's big.
Yeah, it's big.
And especially when you're talking about a zero down payment.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've actually had veterans get money back at closing because the seller can pay closing costs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that can be negotiated, of course.
So you can get in with zero out of pocket.
That is incredible. Okay, where do veterans turn if they're interested in learning about something like this? Obviously, don't go to the VA. Where do they need to go?
Preferably Bank of Little Rock Mortgage.
Okay, yes, of course. What do they need to bring with them, though? What are some of the materials?
It's just like any other loan except for a lot. We need their certificate of eligibility. Okay. And if they don't have that, they can bring their DD-214 in, and we can get their certificate for them.
Where would they get a certificate of eligibility?
Fort Roots in North Little Rock.
Gotcha.
I mean, they can try to do it online. That's how we get it. But we have to have their DD-214. We send that in. I think it's in Houston. We send it down there. And then they, in turn, it takes a couple days. So if they don't want to do the heavy lift and let us do it, send us your DD-214. We'll get your certificate for you.
Yeah, and that's something, too, that I think a lot of folks would be curious about is, what do I need to bring in? Hey, folks, if you're not sure, just call and ask.
Yeah,
or just stop by, and you guys will do everything.
The only really thing that's different is your certificate of eligibility.
That's it.
That's all we got, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, blrmortgage.com is where you want to go so that you can learn more about, of course, not only the VA loans, but just everything that they do over there for you. Bank of Little Rock Mortgage. If you're not eligible for a VA loan, if you're not a veteran, they've got other loans, of course, available, and they'll take care of you and make sure that you have what you need before you go and close on that house or condo. You can also follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BLR Mortgage on Twitter. Lee, thank you as always for coming in. And as you mentioned, thanks to all of our veterans out there. If you get a chance, folks, take advantage. These VA loans can be very beneficial to you or your spouse.